Back in the game, make a turnover and stop, and let's go win.
How NFL players got their jersey number. A system of assignment of jersey numbers was initiated in American football's NFL in 1952. It was updated and made more rigid in 1973 and has been modified slightly since then. Numbers are always worn on the front and back of a player's jersey, and so-called TV numbers are worn on the sleeve or shoulder. In today's video, we are going to tell you about how NFL players got their jersey number. Don't forget to watch till the end, ring that notification bell as well, so you'll never miss another video. Jersey numbers have deep meanings and sentiments to athletes in all sports. Certain NFL players have gone to great lengths and cost to obtain their jersey number when they go to a new team. Let's get started. Number 10, Vernon Davis grabbed number 85 and kept it moving. In his 14 years in the league, the only time Washington tight end Vernon Davis hasn't worn number 85 was when he was traded to the Broncos halfway through the 2015 season. Virgil Green already had number 85 on lockdown, but the jersey number Davis has had for the majority of his NFL career doesn't have a significant meaning behind it. However, Davis did say that there was a minor reason he selected the number 18 he wore in college at the University of Maryland. "I wore 18 at Maryland because that's how old I was when I decided to go there," Davis said with a laugh. Tight ends in the NFL are only allowed to wear numbers in the 40s and the 80s, so Davis wasn't able to wear number 18 as a professional. The 35-year-old Davis just needs to keep playing 50 more years for his age to match his jersey again.
We'll lose another game. We're not going home on 6. We're not going home on 6. We're going to win this.
Number 9, Darrelle Revis spent a fortune for his number. Darrelle Revis only played one season with the Buccaneers, but spent $50,000 to get safety Mark Barron to swap number 24 with Revis. But despite the extensive measures athletes go to get their favorite numbers, sometimes no amount of money can persuade an athlete to change his or her number. The Falcons' newest running back, Todd Gurley, recently told Chris Long he's considering changing his jersey number this fall. Gurley is all but synonymous in the NFL with the number 30 and has worn it his entire NFL career with the Rams. But Gurley's new teammate on the Falcons, Kadri Olison, already wears 30 in honor of his murdered brother. It's probably going to take more than a car or steak dinner to compete with sentimentality at that number.
Back in the game, make a turnover and stop, and let's go win.
Number 8, Clinton Portis pays a heavy amount. One of the more consistent running backs of his era, Clinton Portis had worn number 26 from his early days of playing football. That's why he was willing to at least offer to pay $48,000 to retain it when he first got to the Washington Redskins in 2004. We use the word willing because the transaction with then-teammate Ifeanyi Olalit wasn't as smooth as one would think. The two ultimately ended up in court because of Portis failing to pay Olalit after he was released, with Portis forced to pay $18,000. Number 7, Kellen Winslow and Aaron Shea. Kellen Winslow Jr., the son of Hall of Fame tight end Kellen Winslow Sr., wanted to wear his father's number when he entered the NFL in 2004. There was one problem. Cleveland Browns teammate Aaron Shea was already donning the number 80. Instead of wearing the number 11, which Winslow was forced into that summer, he paid Shea to take over the number he wanted, per CBS Sports. According to Jenkins, Winslow ended up paying Shea with over $30,000 worth of suits, meals, and vacations. Shea got a nice haul, while Winslow would end up wearing the number 80 in each of his 4 seasons in Cleveland.
Harrison from the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Number 6, expensive trip is all it takes for Eli. Wearing number 10 after he was forced to find an alternative at Ole Miss, since the school had retired Dad Archie's number 18. Manning figured it worked well enough to garner him the top pick in the 2000 draft, that he'd stick with it.
Draft picks, Eli Manning and Phillip Rivers.
But when he arrived on the New York Giants, he had to convince punter Jeff Fiegels to give it up. All it took was for Eli to treat Fiegels' family to an all-expenses-paid trip to Florida, which had to be less than some of these other athletes paid.
Pass, right hands down the field.
Number 5, number 20, and Deion Sanders. A Hall of Famer and 2-time Super Bowl champ, former quarterback Deion Sanders was about as brash and confident as any athlete of the past 25 years. And he was able to use that flashiness to make sure he wore number 21 when he first signed with the Dallas Cowboys in 1995. With then Cowboys cornerback Alundis Bryce already occupying the number, Sanders went out and surprised Bryce with his dream car, a brand new metallic blue BMW 325i, and a note by his locker that read, "Now give me my damn jersey," which Bryce happily did.
This game taught me so much about people.
Number 4, A.J. Burnett. After wearing number 43 for the first few years of his career, pitcher A.J. Burnett landed on number 34 in 2002, and decided that it would be his on every team thereafter. That's why the righty decided to actually set up his Pittsburgh Pirates teammate, Daniel McCutcheon, with a college fund for his daughter in exchange for the number last year. It doesn't sound like it carries too much luck for Burnett, but he was willing to toss a hefty amount in order to make it his. Number 3, Matt Hasselbeck and Chandler Harnish. Credit Indianapolis Colts quarterbacks Matt Hasselbeck and Chandler Harnish for settling a number dispute in an unconventional way. According to Chris Littman of Sporting News, Hasselbeck was willing to take the number 11 and let Harnish keep number 8, Hasselbeck's typical number. However, if Harnish hit a half-court shot, Hasselbeck would pay $8,000, and he'd get back the number 8. And of course, Harnish nailed the attempt. The money eventually went to a charity. Hasselbeck will wear number 8, while Harnish gets number 5. Number 2, Darwin Thompson received a blessing to wear number 25 for the Chiefs. Sentimentalism can be another reason why a player chooses a specific number. That's the case for Chiefs rookie running back Darwin Thompson, who has a special bond woven into his number 25 jersey. Jamal Charles wore that same number for 9 seasons in Kansas City, where he racked up 7,260 rushing yards, 2,457 receiving yards, and 63 total touchdowns. He's the franchise's all-time leader in rushing yards, and ranks 4th in the NFL in yards per carry. Needless to say, he's a Chiefs legend. Thompson met Charles during a pre-draft visit with the team, and started to form a relationship that would allow him to ask Charles for the jersey number. Charles officially retired with a one-day contract on May 1st, just 4 days after Thompson was drafted by Kansas City. It was a matter of reverence for what Charles accomplished in his career, and what Thompson plans to accomplish in his own career. He put up damage behind that number, so it was a respect thing, Thompson explained. He said it was cool. He was glad I got to be an assistant with Andy Reid, and how much of a better player Andy Reid was going to make me just within his offense. And so he was happy for me, really. And it was just crazy because I was like, man, I just met you 3 days ago. Now I'm wearing your number. So it was all love, but now it's just 2-5. I got to make it mine now. Just do what he did and go much beyond that. Thompson has a long way to go to match Charles' career, but he looks poised to be a contributor for the Chiefs right away. Number 1, Hardy Nickerson Jr. and his father with number 56. The Bengals have the son of an NFL great playing on their defense. Hardy Nickerson Jr. dons the same number 56 jersey that his father wore while he was dominating the league in the 90s and early 2000s. Hardy Nickerson Sr. was a 5-time Pro Bowler and a 4-time All-Pro linebacker as a member of the Steelers, Buccaneers, Jaguars, and Packers. Nickerson Sr. told SB Nation that he wore number 56 in high school and wanted to wear that number in the NFL. He was given number 54 when he was drafted by the Steelers in 1987, but reverted back to number 56 after signing with Tampa Bay in 1993. Nickerson Jr. has been a staple in the Bengals linebacker rotation since joining the team in 2017 as an undrafted free agent. Over the last 2 seasons, he's logged 676 defensive snaps for the Bengals. He may not have reached the peaks his father did, but he's doing his father's number proud. Bottom line. So these are the top 10 NFL players who got their jersey numbers by hook or by crook. What are your thoughts about it? Let us know in the comments section below. If you are new to this channel and like our content, it would be great if you could subscribe to our channel and also hit the bell icon.